It's official, like a referee with a whistle. So if you're looking at the replay or you're catching this live, like and share this episode. Today I'm doing something a little different. I'm on my cell phone, as you can see. Usually I'm on my computer. So I wanted to do something a little different. It's okay to mix it up every once in a while. So that's what I'm doing today. Hopefully my cell phone doesn't move around. But hey, things happen. So today I'm going to talk about how to make money in almost everything humanly possible. This is my approach on how I approach almost everything. And my approach, of course, is going to be different from most people because, everyone's different. Everyone's unique. There's no one like you on this planet. Everyone doesn't have the same skill set and the same information. Everyone doesn't see. You can give out somebody what you think, the same information, but they interpret it different. So even if I write something down and give it to 50 people, most of those people out of that 50, they read it different. They're going to see something different. And that's okay. But that's just how it goes, you know. So when I decide to invest into anything, I kind of look 2 to 5 steps ahead. I ask myself, how can I make money from this for the long term? And this could be anything. This could be software related. This could be real estate related. This could be something that I might be selling online and offline. I mean, it could be a fix and flip. Could be a buy low and sell high. Could be I'll buy something that's antique or something that's old. That's like a fix and flip type of deal. So now with anything that you invest in, there's always going to be some type of risk involved. I don't know of anything where there's no risk involved. If it is, I haven't seen it. When I say risk, meaning that you might buy something and you might not make no money. You might buy something and you might be stuck with it for a while. Or you might be stuck with it permanently. That's what I mean when I say risk. Or you might just lose all your money. That's the risk that comes with everything. I remember when I used to buy, this is like 15 years ago, I used to go to the thrift stores and the Salvation Army, and I used to buy stuff out of there, wash it, clean it up, and I used to put it on eBay and sell it. That's how I got started online. That's how I got started on eBay and Amazon. This is like 15 years ago. That's how I started to test out what would sell and how to sell online and just how to position things to get people's attention long enough for them to make a sale. How to present an offer that people probably would want. Um, so I got started on Amazon and eBay at the time, and this was a way for me to get in and test things out with very little money. And at the time, I didn't know anybody that was on eBay and Amazon at the time. And P.S. by the way, this is when eBay was selling books. eBay of today, oh, I'm sorry, Amazon and even eBay today, eBay and Amazon of today wasn't like it was back in the day. Now, eBay was big, but eBay kind of took it back. eBay kind of took a lot of losses. I think eBay was much bigger back then, 15 years ago, than today. But Amazon, for sure, wasn't big back then. Not like it is today. Amazon didn't have trucks. They weren't delivering their products back in the day. They actually was using the post office to deliver their products. Now Amazon deliver their own products. They wasn't doing that 15 years ago. They've gotten bigger and they've become their own bank. In essence, Amazon has become a real estate company. Besides the selling products online, they've become a real estate and a tech company and a bank all in one. 15 years ago, that wasn't the case. So sometimes, if you watch what Amazon have done, sometimes you might start off one way, which they started off selling books. And as they got bigger, then they went into the tech field. They were selling storage space, memory, basically, to like these big corporate companies. And then after that, they started taking on more products from people, like from vendors, like started selling furniture and you name it. And that's when they blew up, when they went corporate. When they started working with these corporate companies, that's when they blew up. And then as a result, people started selling their furniture. I mean, you name it, and everything else that came along with it after that. And that's when you started seeing Amazon with vans, and we're delivering our own products now. You know, and not only that, I think they started doing deals with. Well, they started doing deals with corporate companies. Period. Right. That's when they really took off. When they started doing deals with corporate companies. Kind of like the excuse me. Kind of like when, like, they took the same, a very similar business model like the UPS does and FedEx does, as far as delivery goes. Of course, UPS and FedEx don't deliver. They don't actually sell other people's products. Well, we know that. They just deliver. That's their thing. But in essence, Amazon has become somewhat of a monopoly. You know, somewhat, I would say. You know, in my opinion. You know, some people would disagree with that, but this is how I see it. You know, so you can take that same business model and do it on a small level. Let's take Walmart, for example. If you go to Walmart, if you walk into Walmart, any store in America, any Walmart in America, when you walk into those stores, everything you see on the shelf, somebody paid for it to be there. See, Walmart, if I'm not mistaken, is the only retail store where they Walmart make their money up front. I think Walmart is the only store that's like this. I think that's why they've been able to survive for all these years. Like there's some companies that used to be bigger than Walmart. They're not around no more. They're gone. They're out of business. Like Kmart, for example. Kmart went out of business because they didn't make their money up front. If you walked into Kmart when they were open anywhere in America, Kmart didn't make any money until the products actually sold. If the products didn't sell, then they would send it back, and they would that'd be a waste of time, a waste of money on their part. They wouldn't make any money. Walmart, somebody in Walmart was smart. Somebody was like, hey, you're gonna have to pay us up front. Regardless of if it sells or not, we're still gonna make our money. That's Walmart's business model. They get their money up front. So when you walk into Walmart, they don't own none of those products unless it's labeled a Walmart product. But you can use Walmart's business model. You can have more than one product. And it doesn't have to be your product. It could be somebody else's product. It could be a hot product, in-demand product, online and offline. I mean, if you have your own product, that's great. But if you have somebody else's product, and if it's a hot product, in-demand product, that's even better. Because if it's somebody else's product, you don't really have to do very much. The most you probably have to do is present the product, tell your audience what it is, how it works, how it's going to help them, and where did they get it. That's the most you have to do if it's somebody else's product. So you can use, in Walmart, there's something for everybody, almost, regardless of whatever department the products might be in. So you can use that same model online. You can use that same model offline. It just depends on where your audience is. And see, this is the thing. This is how you always make money in everything at the end of the day. You have to know where the people are that are interested in what you have to offer. This is where a lot of people drop the ball. Because a lot of people will have a product or a service, and they'll say, if you ask them, who's your ideal client? They'll say, oh, everybody. This works for everybody. No, no, it doesn't work for everybody. No. And believe it or not, Amazon doesn't work for everybody. Some people don't like Amazon. There's some people that don't have access to Amazon in America because, America is such a big country. If I live out in the boondocks of, I don't know, probably some place like Idaho or some shit like that, or Montana, or uh, the backwoods of Nebraska, there's certain areas where there's no Amazon. You can't get access to Amazon like that. I mean, at best, you got access to the post office, but there's certain places in America where Amazon it doesn't exist out in certain areas. So don't tell me that everyone wants your product, everyone needs your product, because they don't. People don't care about your product. What people care about is what your product or services can do to help them transform or get rid of whatever the problem that they might be having. This is how you always make money in everything. Every product that you have or will ever have should be solving a problem. Same for every product and services that you have should be solving a problem. If you look at it like this, you always make money. Even if you're an entertainer, you're still solving a problem. You're making people smile, making them laugh. You're making them feel better about themselves. You're making people feel like they're not stressed anymore. If you're an entertainer, this it's the your product. People don't really care about your product and services. They only care about what it does for them. So if you're an entertainer, listen to me. People want to be less stressed. They want to laugh. They don't want to be able to think of. They want to go without thinking about the job for an hour or two, or for a couple of hours. It's kind of like going on a vacation. If you go on a vacation, when people go on a vacation, it's like a getaway for them. They can go somewhere. Don't care about the kids. If they go, well, they probably take the kids with them. But I would say mainly they don't have to worry about the job, the bills. They don't. Vacation is kind of like, for most people, kind of like a getaway. It's like a getaway card. They want to, and even alcohol and drugs, believe it or not, it's kind of alcohol and drugs and vacation. It's kind of like it's like the same idea. People, I'm not saying it's right, but people use alcohol and drugs like the same. They kind of want to get out of their mind, get away from the stresses of being an adult, basically, and they want to loosen up, do something different, do something they probably haven't done in a while. So this is what I mean when I say people don't really care about your product and services. They only care, and they don't really care about you either. They really care about what the product and the service can do for them, to help them, help them kind of cope with their situation. Because most people are not happy. They're not happy with their life. So whenever you have a product and a service, you have to keep these things in mind. You have to look at people like they're a human being. Don't look at people like they're a number. A lot of people treat people like they're a number, especially online. They'll say, hey, what do the numbers look like? What the data looks like? But you got to think about, there's somebody on the other side of this video, or other side of this phone, or other side of this computer. There's a person that's listening to me right now, you know, and they have dreams, aspirations, desires. You know, if they don't have them anymore, they used to have them. You know, they probably have a family, have a kid, a wife, or something like that. And they want to do things. Everybody wants to do something in life, regardless of what might have happened to them. They might have had a lot of bumps in the road. They might have had some hardships. But everybody wants to do something. Everyone aspires to do something in life. I don't believe everybody just want to just be average and mediocre. Everybody wants to be great. Everybody wants attention. Everybody wants to be the best they can be at one point. Now, maybe as they lived their life, maybe, you know, they had hardships and they got discouraged. It happens. But at one point, everybody wanted to be good, wanted to be great at something. And everyone wants attention at, you know, at some area in their life. Whether it's from their parents, the wife, their kids, everyone wants a sense of gratification, attention from somebody. Whether they want it's from their girlfriend or whether they want a girlfriend or something. So this really all, at the end of the day, it's really about the person, dealing with the person as a human being. So whatever product and services that you offer, you have to always keep in mind that you're dealing with a human being. You're dealing with a person that, you know, they got flesh and blood just like you. They put their pants on or dress on just like you. You know, they might be living in a different country. They might speak a different language. But you're still dealing with a human being. So you have to know your audience. You have to find out where they hang out at. And you have to have a compelling message that's strong and that resonates with them. Because if you have a message that doesn't resonate with them, well, they're not going to pay attention to you. And regardless of how great you think your product and services is, they're going to move on to the next video or the next website or the next television show, etc. That's usually how it goes, you know. So hey, like and share this video. Like and share this video. So this is how I've been able to take a product or service and get in front of the right people over the years. Because I understand that, you know, how I could use the right message and get in front of the right people and speak their language. And it doesn't necessarily matter. A lot of times it's not, yeah, you gotta, hopefully you have a good product. But you don't necessarily have to have a great product or service. You can be average and mediocre. But if the people know that you care about them, if they at least think that you care about them, they'll buy into what you have to offer. And see, the game today is to have people prospect you online. If you have people prospect you, buy into you and what you have to offer, you don't have to sell them. You won't have to sell people on what you have. They'll sell themselves on what you have to offer. That's the game today. The old way of doing things, it doesn't work long term. It's not sustainable long term today because people, the environment is different today. People think different. You know, people today they seem to want a connection. Um, they want to talk to people. Like a lot of younger people today, they don't really care about big businesses. Um, like if you tell a young person, let's say in the 20s, that, hey, I work for XYZ company or Microsoft or some big company like that, I'm doing business with them, you should join me, blah, blah. They won't really be impressed with that. That won't really move them. Like my generation did. My generation, if you told somebody that I grew up with that you work for IBM, they'd be impressed with that. They'd be like, "Oh, why you work for IBM? Wow, that's great, bro." You know what I'm saying? But if you tell a young person that in the early 20s, or say 19, 20, or 18, nah, they don't give a shit if you work for no Microsoft or IBM or probably not even Google. They don't give a shit about none of that. They be looking like, oh, well, that's great. Good for you. You know, that's not going to make them, that's not going to inspire them and motivate them to have a desire to follow in your footsteps. You know, they have to get to know you first. They have to warm up to you first. So smash the like button. Smash the like button, share the video. So we're at different times today. We're dealing with different people today. People in my generation, you know, they didn't necessarily have to. They didn't necessarily even have to like you. If they thought you were being honest and truthful and sincere, I mean, they would buy whatever you had at the time. They didn't necessarily have to had a referral or they didn't. You didn't necessarily have to stay around the block from them. They just wanted to know that, is this shit real? Can it work for me? And how much is it? You know, that's my generation. You know, today it's a little different. You know, people like they need a referral or they want to get to know you before they make a decision, and you know, they got to know what the process gonna be like. You know, so it's different. People are different today. It's not good or bad. It's just it is what it is. You know, so I don't people, the environments change. Nothing stays the same. Um only thing that really stays the same is people. You know, for the most part. You know, but if you want to make um money in almost everything, based on my experience, you pretty much have to make it work. Make it work for you. I give you an example. This is about I think 10 years ago. I purchased a timeshare, right? And my plan was to have a group of people, group of my friends. Uh, eventually, this is not like this didn't have to happen right away. My plan was to have a group of people. Eventually, all of us travel together on summer vacations, right? And if that wasn't the case, or should I said along with the family vacation, I wanted to rent my vacation spot out, right? So I get what? How many? 2 weeks? Four? No, I get 4 weeks. I got what? 4 weeks. 4 weeks out of the year, and Fort Lauderdale that I can take a vacation, or rent it out, right? So at the time, I was thinking, and this is even before I even bought anything. I was like, okay, if I don't use those 4 weeks, which I probably won't, I'll rent it out, right? I'll rent it out and make money. And this is for 7 days now. So that's 7 days, 7 times 4 is 28. So that's 28 days. So that's what I was thinking. And this is how you basically make money. You know what I mean? And at the same time, I didn't get this for money generation. This wasn't This wasn't money motivated. This was just for fun, entertainment. But at the same time, if I'm going to get this timeshare, I may as well make some money along the way. Why not? But this is just my way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere I go, I'm always thinking, where's the profit in this? This is just my way of thinking. You know what I'm saying? It's just a different mindset. I'll give you another example. I remember when I have another channel, right? I have another channel. It started off, let me tell you how my other channel started off. It started off being all about traveling, meeting people, going to resorts, and personal development. That's how I got started. Eventually, it transitioned into meeting women and partying and traveling. It kind of transitioned a tad bit. Because I didn't start off talking about women. I started off talking about being the best man you can be, the best version of self, and traveling. So along the way, people started sending me emails saying, hey, you know, how'd you meet all these people? How did you travel like this? And whoop-de-whoop, or whatever, right? So over time, a couple years go by, and excuse me, a couple years go by, and I started meeting other people that said they created products and services, and they do one-on-ones, they do consulting and everything, right? So I'm like, okay, that's great. I don't do any of that stuff. So they was like, why don't you be a consultant? You already have an audience. People respond to you. They send you emails. You can do the same thing. And so that's exactly what I did. Like I always say, where's the profit in this? So what I did is I started doing one-on-ones, and it just continued. One thing led to another. I started doing collaborations with people. I even created a product with other people. So, once you meet people and build these relationships, you never really know what could come out of it. You never really know. Just when I think I know, I'm always surprised. And P.S. and by the way, the quality of your relationships is dictated upon the people that you meet and the relationships you make along the way. That's how this shit works. That's how this thing called life really works. You know what I'm saying? So these are just some examples of how I've made money over the past 15 years. Really, you can make, I mean, I don't know of anything where you can't really make a profit in some type of way. I mean, it's like, even if let's take you a video guy. You edit videos. You're a good editor, right? You can use those same editing skills and go to your church and shoot their videos and edit their videos and get paid. You can go to, you can start your own YouTube channel if you really wanted to. You can help other people become editors. Create a course and help other people become editors. There's so many possibilities. There's so many ways to make profit. You just have to have the skill set and the right mindset. Once you have the right mindset, right habits, right skill sets, you can pretty much figure out anything. Well, smash the like button. I got 3 people looking at me. Smash the like button. I got 3 people looking at me now. Smash the like button. It's free to smash the like button. There's so many ways to make bank today, make profit today. And it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be complicated. You just have to have the right mindset, right skill set, and the right habits. And you can dominate and elevate in almost any area of activity. So share this video. Tell me what you think below. If you're looking at the playback, or if you're looking at me live, tell me what you think below once this video is done. Any questions, any concerns, send me a email by clicking the link below in my website. Or you can just send me an email at renegademoney@gmail.com. That's renegademoney@gmail.com. And you can also you can hit me in the DMs on Instagram. Just click. All these links will be found in the show notes below this video. So until next time, I'm out. Peace.